What is up, guys? It's Turbo here, and welcome to the FIFA 14 Career Mode episode 30. Today we have a replay against Cardiff in the FA Cup. We drew, I think it was 1-1 last time, and now we have a replay at home this time. So we're going to be taking on Cardiff at St James Park, and yeah, we shouldn't really have got a replay in the first place. It's just another fixture to play in the congestion in January. It always happens. But look at the potential job offerings. I'm not going to take any of them. I just want to have a look. Arsenal, Everton, and Liverpool are without managers, and they're in really bad positions in the league. So that's funny because all three of those clubs have more financial readiness and availability than Newcastle, and yet we're still above them in the league. So yay! Moving on. I'm going to be moving up to world class because I now have a controller. Yay! Can I have a clap, please? Thank you. Yeah, world class time. It's still going to be 5 minutes and all that, but I can now move up to world class, and hopefully it will make it a little bit more realistic. I'll start losing to teams like Man City and start beating Cardiff 17-0. And that starts today. It's still the transfer window, of course, so make sure to stick around to see if we sign any more players at the end of the window and at the end of this video. Hint, we might. But apart from that, here's a look at the team. It is a FA Cup replay, so I kind of want to give my younger players a chance. And because it's in such a congested period of fixtures, I think we have Chelsea coming up next. We've just played City like 2 weeks ago, or maybe even 1 week ago. We played Tottenham last, and now we're going to play Chelsea. So it's like 3 of the biggest teams all inside 2 weeks. It's a really, really tough fixture list for us. So yeah, I'm going to be giving the younger players a chance. Players like Bakuna and Newton and Sissoko, they're all going to get a game. Sissoko actually normally gets a game, but Richardson's going to play. I've never used him before. Gosling might get a game. And other than that, Shola and Sammy are probably going to play. Shola's actually injured. He's injured for like a week, I think. It was when he was brought on as a substitute against, I think it was West Ham that he got injured. So that was gutting for him. He's not a very good player. No, I'm joking. He's pretty good, but he doesn't score enough goals for us. So he's confided to the bench for most of the season, really. But yeah, just going to finish sorting out the team here. I'm still not sure as whether to risk Ben Arthur and who's the other one? Christian Teo, yeah. I'm not sure whether to risk him. I've actually played Gutierrez and Bakuna, even though Gutierrez isn't 100% fitness. I just don't want to risk any of my first team players because we have such big matches coming up. And this is a really good drill. I like this drill, but I'm still shit at it. It doesn't matter if I like it or not. But without further ado, let's get into the game. The first chance comes to us, Amiobi here. This is actually Sammy. Sammy's playing up front for me because Shola's injured. Amiobi just keeps on running, and unfortunately he gets tackled, but the ball ends up in Bakuna, who passes it to Newton. Newton with a really good pass to Gutierrez, and Gutierrez with a finesse shot that goes, well, quite far wide, I expect a player of his quality to be doing a little bit better, but he's not very good, really. That's why he's sort of not first team. He's confined to the bench, and we had to bring in a replacement winger. They had a first chance there, but Tim Krul managed to keep them out with a really good save, and then a good bit of defending from our defenders and our midfielders, really, coming back to support. Led to Gutierrez countering with the ball going forwards. He gives it to Sissoko. Sissoko tries to play a 1-2 with Sammy, but he ends up just giving the ball to Sammy. Sammy's going for a run. I don't know where he's off, but he gives it to Bakuna on the wing. A nice first touch, and he does a little bit of skill to get away from the defenders, and then overdoes it because he tries to cut back, and the defender managed to cut it out. But it is a corner to us. Sissoko's whipping this one in. I'm not sure about that. He should probably be in the box, but it doesn't matter because Sammy gets there, and what a goal that is. That is a really good header. I enjoyed watching that a couple of times. And it's just nice that not Shola, it's Sammy. God damn it, Sammy scored. And it's really weird because he got loads of power behind the header, and it was really close to the keeper. So normally the keeper comes out to grab those in online matches, especially. But then again, we're not playing online matches. Richardson here getting forwards. He wins a corner, does a good job for the team. And yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Should I be playing the younger players in these games? I feel like especially with the fixture congestion, it just really helped me to select the younger players because obviously the league matches are more important to me than the FA Cup, and I don't want to be risking Cisse and Kabai and Honda and all of these players. I don't want to be risking them for matches like this, but I'm perfectly happy to give my younger players a game with a few, obviously I can't just put out a youth team because they get demolished, but a few experienced players in there. Tim Krul, I think Tim Krul's the only player to have played every game this season, and Sissoko is pretty much up there. He's played in quite a few games. Again, on the corner, he whips it to Sammy. Sammy can't get anything. Mike Williamson has a shot deflected. Taylor has a shot deflected. It falls to Good. He doesn't have a good shot, and unfortunately, it does eventually get cleared out. But at half-time, I felt it's time to make some changes. Richardson comes off, and Bakuna comes off. Bakuna because I want to have a substitute available for the Premier League games coming up. and I feel he's out of fitness, and also because I want to give Overton a game. But I also wanted to develop, Bakuna. I mean, he's obviously new to the club. I want to see what he can do in the FA Cup matches. Just give him as much game time as possible so he can get used to the team and start, putting in the performances that we know he can put in. He was a great transfer as well. He cost like just under $750,000, or maybe it was exactly $750,000. I'm not too sure, but he is definitely paying off his money already, if not more. With a couple of important goals against the big teams in the league, and a really good cross in here. It nearly fell to him, and then Gutierrez on the overhead kick. I don't know what he's playing at, but he picks up the ball again, has a finesse shot, and again it's wide. Gutierrez not really impressing me today, not putting in the performance of his life. Sammy here, a lovely turn on the ball, and his finesse shot just goes narrowly wide, much better than Gutierrez's effort, but still not good enough. I said Gutierrez wasn't playing well. I bought him off for Dan Gosling. Dan Gosling's actually going to have a go out wide to see what he can do. But in the meantime, he gets the ball here, and he offloads it to Newton. I'm not really sure who Newton is, but again, it's an example of youth players coming through the team and getting their chance in the first team. If I like them, they'll probably get a chance next game to show me again what they can do. But the full-time score was 1-0. It probably could have been more, but whatever. We'll take a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 win even, and we'll progress into the next round of the Cup. It's nice for the Newcastle board to send me those sort of messages. They say that they're happy for me to be the manager. They think I'm doing a good job, and even though I wasn't, worried or speculation, there was nothing like that. They still send me that, so that's nice. We also have Alberto Pereira here, centre forward, who I tried to sign last episode, if you remember. I got him on contract expiry, so in July or June, I couldn't see that. In July or June, when his contract runs out, he will be with us. So I now have a replacement in the summer for Kabai and for Honda, which is good because it's another younger player coming to the club who's going to try and show what he can do. And again, it's just squad depth in the position, because right now if Honda or Kabai get injured, I have to play the other player in the centre attacking midfield role pretty much all the time, or risk playing a worse player who hasn't got as much quality as those two in the centre attacking midfield role, and that means that I won't be able to score as many goals, because obviously centre attacking midfielders are important in my formation. But yeah, just squad depth is what I want. That's always what I want in the transfer window, and that's what we try and build up. Looking at the youth players here who we've been scouting, I signed one of them there. He looked pretty decent, and I always look, I don't know how to look for this. I always look for the highest overall and the highest potential. I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it. I also try and look for if they're 16, I'd normally sign them anyway, if they're decent. If they're 15 or 14, I sometimes leave them to see if they develop a little bit more, and to see if they can improve, and if not, then I just reject them. I end up rejecting most of the players anyway. I feel sorry for the scouts. Like, they go out and do all this work for me, and I'm just like, nope, don't want it. Nope, not good enough. And but yeah, I mean, the youth squad was how the Newton, I think it was, Richardson, players like that who I just played in the Cardiff match. Players like that came through the youth squad and came into the team. Vergara wants more money on his contract. He doesn't want 10,000. I give him 15. I also offer him a better role at the club, but I decided to not specify it because he doesn't think I can give him that role already. So yeah, he declined the contract for whatever reason. I'm going to offer him a better one, and it's Chelsea next. Chelsea, next episode, we play against my own team. I support Chelsea, of course. We're going to be at Stamford Bridge, so it's going to be a tough game for Newcastle, and we'll see. This is when we really find out how good we are of a team. But more transfers until then. Morata here was the player I scouted last episode. I'm not sure I'm going to be signing him anymore. I'm still looking for a striker, but I'm not sure Morata's the right player. Vergara finally accepts the contract, and we have another signing. A centre-back, 19 years old, and I think 67 rated. He is quality. Is another one of your guys' suggestions. I want to thank you all for your suggestions that you left over the last 10 videos, like I've been saying. And a couple of the players that you've suggested have already joined the club, so it's basically your team now. Yay! Here, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm just going to call him Dongu, because I can pronounce that, and it doesn't sound like I'm swearing when I say his last name. Yeah, that's what I offer for him. I just basically wanted to make my budget like with zeros at the end instead of just random numbers. So I tried to offer him, well, basically just under $1 million. The little transfer thing in the top, like the advice they always give me, it actually said I could probably get him for less. But this is Barcelona B that we're on about. They're pretty stingy with money when it comes to players. Although they did, the actual Barcelona team did let me have Christian Teo for Marvo plus 4 million, which is amazing. But whatever. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, if you could please leave a like and a comment, I'd greatly appreciate it. Look at the table. Us and Chelsea are on 23 points, but Chelsea are out of sight. They're 9 points ahead already. Man United are in 3rd place with 22 games and just 2 points behind us, so potentially they could go in front of us. So we need a big performance against Chelsea in the next episode, in order to catch them up and to get a bigger gap between us and Man United. And the bottom of the table, it's like Cardiff and West Ham and that. But anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next episode. Bye.